call today's meeting to order. Humbly acknowledge this land in which we live, learn, work, and play. It's Treaty 8 territory, the traditional lands of the Cree, Dene, and unceded territory of the Métis. For the record, we have Councillor McGrath and possibly Councillor Dogar participating via Teams. Councillors, you can have your cameras turned on, so for voting purposes, you can see your hand raised. Before we adopt today's agenda, is there anyone who wishes to serve a notice of motion? For those with a notice of motion, please press your microphone button, or if on Teams, please raise your hand. Councillor Weigel.
Thank you, Mayor. I, Councillor S. Weigel, serve notice of my intent to bring forward the following motion for Council's consideration at the March 8th, 2022 Council meeting, that the resolution of Council dated February 3rd, 2022 regarding the organizational review and hiring freeze be rescinded and replaced with the following: that the CAO be directed to conduct a full organizational review and that the municipality does not exceed its full-time equivalents FTEs employee count as of February 2nd, 2022 until such a time as the organizational review is finalized and the CAO presents the report to Council.
Thank you, Councillor Weigel. Councillor Benjoko.
Thanks, Mayor Bowman. I would like to move the following motions. I, Councillor Funke Banjoko, serve notice of my intent to bring forward the following motion for Council's consideration at the March 8, 2022 Council meeting. That the Mayor be authorized on behalf of Council to send a letter to the government of Alberta to reinstitute the family medicine residency program in the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo. And I have a second one. Okay. I, Councillor Funke Banjoko, serve notice of my intent to bring forward the following motion for Council's consideration at the March 8, 2022 Council meeting. The administration be directed to conduct a review of taxi rates, taking into consideration any changes to the cost of operating taxi services in the rural and urban service areas. The administration conduct a review of the vehicle for hire bylaw number 13/001 and hold stakeholder engagement sessions that include the public, the taxi industry, tourism, the Chamber of Commerce, and our feedback be considered for inclusion in any amendments to the vehicle for hire bylaw. And at a time, what's going on? Okay. And that a task force similar to the previous taxi committee disbanded in 2018 be re-established to review and bring forward recommendations to Council on regulating and controlling taxi services within the boundaries of the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Bajoko. Now, I, Mayor Sandy Bowman, serve notice of my intent to bring forward the following motion for Council consideration at the March 8th, 2022 Council meeting, that the Mayor be authorized on behalf of Council to send a letter to the Federal Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Canada demonstrating Council's opposition to Quebec's Bill 21 and requesting the federal government take any appropriate steps to intervene in support of current legal challenges to Quebec's Bill 21. Are there any other motions? Can I have someone make the motion to adopt the agenda? Councillor Ball.
I move that the agenda be adopted as presented.
And can I have someone second the motion? Councillor Grandison.
I second that motion.
I'll call for a vote. All in favor? Councillor McGrath.
Mayor Bowman, for the record, Councillor McGrath has disconnected. I believe he's trying to reconnect. Mayor and Council, if there's no opposition of Council, my recommendation would be to proceed. There's been no votes taken thus far in the meeting, and Councillor McGrath can join when he's able.
Okay, so that's carried unanimously of all in attendance. Moving on to the consent agenda, does anyone wish to remove any items from the consent agenda? Hearing none, can I have someone make that motion? Councillor Stroud.
Thank you, Mayor Bowman. I move that the recommendations contained in items 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3 be approved. Thank you.
Can I have someone second that motion? Councillor Walklin.
I second that motion.
And again, I'll call for a vote. All in favor? And there's no opposed. Carried unanimously. Today, my colleagues and I are wearing pink today in honor of Pink Shirt Day. This annual anti-bully campaign officially takes place tomorrow, February 23rd. Before we move to Buffalo, we have some of the most incredible local organizations that are helping to encourage greater awareness, education, and advocacy on anti-bullying within the region. I want to especially thank Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Wood Buffalo, Boys and Girls Club of Fort McMurray, Girls Inc. of Northern Alberta, Multicultural Association of Wood Buffalo, and some other solutions Society for Crisis Prevention for their efforts. I'm pleased to present the following proclamation in recognition of this day and to encourage all residents, children, youth, and adults to practice kindness and build healthy, respectful relationships and inclusive communities. Whereas Pink Shirt Day promotes respectful and kind behavior and celebrates the actions of individuals and community organizations in addressing bullying in all its forms. And whereas the Regional Municipality of Buffalo is committed to fostering safe and inclusive communities where everyone feels valued regardless of their age, race, color, ancestry, place of origin, religious beliefs, gender identity and expression, physical and mental disability, marital and family status, source of income, and sexual orientation. And whereas acts of bullying, discrimination, harassment, intimidation, and violence have a profound effect on individuals' feelings of safety and self-worth, as well as their ability to learn, and are unacceptable in a just society. Whereas Pink Shirt Day recognizes efforts to build communities that promote respect, inclusion, fairness, equity, and compassion, and those organizations that encourage greater awareness, education, and advocacy on anti-bullying within the region. And whereas on Pink Shirt Day, we are called to address bullying against children, youth, and adults by being active bystanders, speaking up and advocating for others. Now, therefore, I, Sandy Bowman, Mayor of the Regional Municipality of Buffalo, do hereby proclaim February 23rd, 2022 as Pink Shirt Day. Moving on to new business, we have the 2022-2023 Community Plan and Homeless Grant Allocation. I'd like to invite Deanne Berge, Director, Community and Protective Services, to introduce the report.
Mayor Bowman, sorry to interject, it's Jade. Councillor McGrath has reconnected and his hand is raised.
Yes, Councillor McGrath.
It looks as though Councillor McGrath has disconnected.
Okay, thank you. So again, we'll invite Deanne Berge, Director of Community and Protective Services, to introduce the report.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Deanne Berge. I'm the Director of Community and Protective Services. I am presenting the 2022-2023 Community Plan on Homelessness Grant Allocations. The Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo is the local administrator of the federal and provincial funding for homelessness. This money is allocated through the Community Plan on Homelessness Grant and distributed to nonprofit organizations whose goals align with the municipal, provincial, and federal objectives to end homelessness. Late this afternoon, we received information that has an impact on the recommendations before you tonight. Therefore, administration is requesting that the 2022-2023 Community Plan on Homelessness Grant Allocation be referred back to administration. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Deanne. Do you have anyone make that motion? Councillor Walklin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make the motion that item 5.1-2022 to 2023 Community Plan on Homelessness Grant Allocation be referred to administration for further work on the recommendation and that the matter be returned to council at a later date.
Thank you, Councillor Walklin. Councilor McGrath?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yep.
Hey, I'm sorry, I just want to bring up the motion, right?
Thank you, Councillor McGrath. For the record, it's Jade. We're on to item 5.1, and Councillor Walkwin just made a referral motion to have the matter referred back to administration for further work based on the presentation received from administration.
Yeah, I support that, thank you.
Can we get a second for that motion? Councillor Stroud?
Thank you, Mayor Bowman. I second the motion.
And all in favor? And anyone opposed? So that's carried unanimously. So as long as no objections with my fellow council, let Councilor McGrath, if you can speak to them or put the motion on the floor that you have there.
Yeah, my apologies, just a bad signal. I know that here to hold people up. If I lose again, then I guess I'll sign off. Try my best with what I got here. Give me a second, I'll read the motion, sir. Thank you. Thanks for the patience, those that are listening.
And for clarification, Council, it's Jade. For clarification, Councillor McGrath intended to serve a notice of motion at the adoption of the agenda, but due to the technical issues, he didn't have that opportunity. So, thank you.
Just take a second here to bring it up. Councillor Keith McGrath, this notice of motion that administration provide an update to the government of Alberta on the regional municipalities of Wood Buffalo's transition from an 18:1 tax ratio to 7:5.1 property tax ratio, and the request to stay at the 7:5.1. Sure it is painful. Must be painful for me. Again, I apologize. I'll just pick up where I left off. That the 7 and 5-to-1 ratio for the next 5 years, and on the 6th year, transition to the final 5-to-1 ratio, and further request that the government of Alberta accept this proposal by June 1st, 2022, and I'll be looking forward to explaining that notice of motion in our next council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor McGrath. Now, I think everyone will go on now to the council reporting. Does anyone have any councillors wish to provide any updates?
Yeah.
Councillor Weigel?
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to speak to you. I had the opportunity to go up to Fort Chipewyan on February 15th, and it was my first time up there. What an amazing drive up on the Winter Road. It is absolutely gorgeous. And to be able to spend some time in Fort Chipewyan with my son, who came up, and it was a topic of not in chip. And the agenda was obviously talking about a drug problem that is up there. It was amazing to sit around the table with Chief Powder and Chief Adam and Councillor Cardinal and see the community come together around this hot topic and really come after it and really care for the community. There was over 60 people there. as well as Dennis Fraser was up there with us, and it was absolutely amazing. He treated us very well, and I want to say thank you to him for guiding me up the road and making sure I took all the right turns. I think I almost tried to go off a side turn there, and he made sure that I took the safe road all the way around. So that was absolutely incredible. So I want to say thank you to everybody who hosted me up there, and to Dennis for taking me up, as well as we just finished a campaign. Earls, Caldwell Banker, Lower Group, and Canadian Tire just finished a Jumpstart program where we raised over $30,000 for the Jumpstart program. So that was really exciting, and that finished up last week as well. So huge thank you to all the community. A lot of business members supported us. A lot of community came together for those kids, and so we just want to say thank you for all of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Weigel. Does anyone have anything else to add? Councillor Banjoko?
Thank you, Mayor Bowman. It's been a busy week, a busy month for me with Black History Month. So, and I've had opportunities to go to a few schools to read to children. Amazing feelings for sure. And also to tell them about why I celebrate Black History Month and all of that. So it's been exciting. And this is an initiative of Multicultural Association and the library. And I want to say a big thank you to them for giving me the opportunity to be the voice. So I've been going to different places, meeting children, meeting teachers. It's been awesome. And so the Black History Month continues until March 1st. There's a gala night on Friday, and so we're rounding up. Other than that, it's been amazing.
Thank you, Councillor Majoko. Does anyone have anything else to add? Thank you, everyone. This concludes the public portion of tonight's meeting. Thank you for all that participated.
That all the time. And I know that being connected with the city workers on the streets have been for almost 40 years. I just want to say publicly, we all appreciate what you do. And there's a sense that this council is out to axe a bunch of jobs. I don't think that was the case, and I think the spirit of Mr. Wegel's motion will discover that in the weeks upcoming. So, my last note, I guess, on a personal note, I know that for the last couple of years we've all learned to live differently. But as of March 1st, each province will lift the restrictions and just be mindful, I guess, to each other that there's going to be a lot of pressure put on municipalities to instill their own COVID measures. And I think that collectively, we live in a community that buses to work. We travel to work, and I believe that we're going to have to accept the fact that we are coming out of this pandemic, and we come out of it together, and we shouldn't be picking on each other in the meantime. So appreciate the work that everybody does to make our region a little bit better. Have we got work to do? Absolutely, and that's why we got elected to do it. I guess the next few months won't be that. Just the celebrations will be different. Appreciate what everybody does. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor McGrath. No, for real, thanks everyone. This concludes the public portion of tonight's meeting. Thank you everyone for participating. It'll be going into in camera.